They told me to follow the process, so I did, exactly. I've never been the kind of employee who argued with company policies. If management wanted something done a certain way, I did it that way. If there was paperwork, I filled it out. If there was a procedure, I followed it. That attitude had served me well for almost 12 years. I worked as a senior electronics repair technician for a manufacturing company in Ohio that built industrial control systems used in factories all over North America. Some of our equipment was brand new. Other units had been running 24 hours a day since the late 1990s. Those older machines were my specialty. Most technicians hated working on them because the documentation was scattered across several outdated systems that nobody seemed to understand anymore. I actually enjoyed the challenge. Give me a burnt circuit board, a faded schematic, and a cup of black coffee, and I could usually figure out what had gone wrong. Unfortunately, repairing old equipment required access to old information, and getting that information had become nearly impossible. Years earlier, our family-owned company had been purchased by a massive international corporation. The executives called it modernization. Employees called it something else. Every department that once sat inside our building disappeared. Payroll moved to another state. Human resources moved overseas. IT support became one giant global help desk. Instead of walking down the hallway to ask someone for access, we now submitted online tickets to people who had never seen our factory, never met us, and probably couldn't pronounce the names of the products we repaired. Every response felt copied and pasted. Every question ended with another form. Every problem somehow became our responsibility. One Tuesday morning, my supervisor rolled an old control unit onto my workbench. "Customer says it's shutting down every few hours," he said. I looked at the faded metal label. The model had been discontinued almost 20 years ago. "I'll need the original service manual," I said. He nodded. "If you can actually get it." That was the problem. The documents existed. Everyone knew they existed, but they lived inside an archived server that hardly anyone could access anymore. I logged into the company portal and searched every directory available to me. Nothing. No diagrams, no engineering notes, no calibration procedures, just empty folders and broken links. Finally, I found a reference pointing toward the legacy engineering archive. When I clicked it, access denied. I sighed. Here we go again. I opened the IT portal and submitted a request. I explained exactly what I needed, listed the product number, included the customer repair order, and even attached photographs of the equipment. Then I waited. Day 1, nothing. Day 3, nothing. By the end of the week, the repair was already behind schedule, and the customer had started asking for updates. Every morning, I refreshed the ticket page. Every afternoon, it still showed the same status, pending approval. On Monday morning, 8 days after submitting the request, I finally received an email. "Your access request has been approved." I smiled. About time. I opened the archive. The smile disappeared almost immediately. Technically, they had approved my request. Practically, I still couldn't access anything useful. The only folder available was the main directory. Every folder inside it displayed another message. "Permission required." I stared at the screen for a few seconds before laughing. Someone had actually approved access to an empty shell while locking every folder that contained the files. I reopened the ticket. Trying to stay polite, I wrote, "Thank you for approving the request. Unfortunately, I still can't access the engineering documents because every subfolder remains restricted. Could you please grant access to the entire archive for this product family?" The reply arrived surprisingly fast. Per company security policy, each individual folder requires a separate access request. I read the sentence twice, and a third time. Surely they couldn't mean every folder. I expanded the directory tree. The first product family alone contained 16 folders. Each one contained additional